Hello and welcome to episode 5 of The Things We Like, the Arsenal rebuild. So, a lot's happened since the last episode, and the transfer window is now shut. So, a number of movements have happened, a number of transfers have come in, some big names, and some sales have been made as well to facilitate those moves. So, I'm gonna take you through the team now and tell you what has happened. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching so far. A like would be really appreciated and a sub would be massively appreciated. So here goes. This is episode 5 and I'm going to take you through what has happened. I hope you're all excited. I had some good suggestions in the comments and I've tried to get those players in, but ultimately after doing a lot of scouting, as you saw in the last episode, I've gone for some other players. So these are high quality players. So here goes. I'm going to take you through the squad now. Bosh. And here we go. So we have now got Rashford. So Rashford and Martial are my two main players here. So that was something I scouted through, went through different options. I'll show you all the transfer prices and who's gone out. So these two are pace merchants, nicked them from Man United. We've got Foden sitting here, but the main player that is going to be taking the spot away from Foden is Leon Goretzka. Now this guy, what a beast! He's 84 rated. You know what? I went for Kai Havertz, but at the end of the day, you know what? They were asking silly money. They wanted like 70 odd million, and I thought not happening. So Leon Goretzka is our marquee player, along with Martial and Rashford. But another surprise signing I've got here is Leon Bailey. So he's another one, a pace merchant. You can see there 90 on the pace. You know what? I went through a number of options. We've got Ceballos. He's on loan to us, and you know what? I'm going to keep him. Well, I'll have to keep him. Windows open now, but more so, it was a case of you know what? I wanted someone that's going to grow. 22-82, brilliant stats there. So he's going to fill that spot on the right there, even though he is a left winger. But you know what? I'm going to cut him in and doing a bit of a Robin there. Goretzka, yeah, that was a massive one because Foden came in. He was a good recommendation from some people in the comments and stuff. And you know what? He's a young player, but I wanted someone that's established, like a marquee player. So I did go for the Kai Havertz. Also thought about other options, but at the end of the day, what a player we've got there. So the other one is Vinicius. So Vinicius, big poster boy there. That was a massive signing. I didn't think I would actually get him in. So do you know what? Him and Martinelli are going to be rotating up front with Martial and Rashford. And Vinicius is only 19. He's just gone up to 80 as well. His rating's just shot up as well by 1 point, which is great. I've just got him in. But what an exciting player. He's super fast. Good potential, good growth as well. So I'm really excited there. So I hope you guys, thanks for all the recommendations. So, De La Vega. So this one, I don't know if I covered it in the last episode, but he is 1870 rated at the moment. But apparently goes up to like the late 80s. So I'm doing a bit of digging on like some other websites to see what players will grow. Martinelli I'm keeping. Saka's already gone up by 1 point. Defence now, I poached this guy. So James has come in from Chelsea. So I did a swap deal with David Luiz. So he's another one that is going to rotate with Bellerin or Tierney. So he can play on either side. Defense, as you know, is sorted. Max Aarons is there. Mari decided, you know what, I'm going to keep him. As a bit of backup, just in case energy depletes. Guendouzi's going to rotate with Torreira. Balogun, you know what, I'm going to keep him as a backup striker. It's always good to have, someone that's young that might develop. But unfortunately, I couldn't get rid of these guys. They got offered, different clubs came in for them. But I'll take you through. But I hope you guys like the team. I've got a bit of money which I'll show you in the kitty as well, from all those massive sales that we made from Aubameyang and Lacazette. So let me just take you through the transfers. So let me go through. So these are the transfers. So let me just go back down to where I left you last, yeah? So we were, I believe, down to Macy, I think it was, or was it Foden? I think it was Foden. I think I left you out. So since then, we've just gone down the list. So Chambers went to Leverkusen for 12.5. He had a couple of offers that came in. I think Porto was the other team, so that's good, solid money there. Solid money for Holding. So big chunk there in terms of getting the rebuild done. Lacazette, it was a bit sad to see him go, but you know what? 52.3 million for a 28-year-old. Do you know what? All the best to him. And you know what? He's facilitated the moves for these two monsters. So Martial, look at that, 23.84. So he's actually gone up since I bought him, which is brilliant. Yeah, paid what, 41 million? He's worth 35. His value, so that's brilliant there. Rashford, wow, what another pace merchant. Look, 21.84. So he's actually gone up as well. So worth 39.5. I paid 45 mil. Controversial one for us North London Derby people, us Gooners. I had to do it though. It's a lot of money. Jose came in for him and I thought, you know what, as you saw in the last video, I had to sell him. 75 million is a lot of money, mate. A lot of money. So he's gone out the window. Vinicius, wicked player. Can't believe we got him. It's actually, a bit of a dream to get this guy because, poster boy, as you saw for FIFA 20 in the intros, Vinicius is the man at the moment. So Real Madrid, I'm actually surprised they let me nab him there. So he's 19, his 80 rate has actually gone up. So I'll show you some of the growth in a moment of all the players since the start of the season, since I've got him in. So look at those numbers. It's incredible speed and agility, acceleration. He's going to be a monster. So, yep, really great to get him in. Kolasinac went. Like I said, I had too many players, too many older players. I wanted to get a lot more money in. So I'm really happy to have got a good solid wedge there. 12.2 for Kolasinac. Sad to see him go. He's a great player. Backed up Ozil in real life, as you know. Bit of a monster, but I had to let him go. So that's gone. Leon Bailey. Really happy to get this guy in. So he's worth 26.5 because that's only because he's gone up. But I actually paid 26 mil. So brilliant player there from Leverkusen. Brilliant potential once again. Socrates, look at that, man. 14.5. So he's worth 12 mil. I think, who was it? Atlanta came in. I think it was about 13.4, but I squeezed a little bit more out. So I'm happy with that. Granit Xhaka, gone to Mönchengladbach. I think that's actually where he came from, if I'm not wrong. Correct me on that if I'm wrong, but I should know that as a gooner. But yeah, anyway, 14 million value, and look at that, 25 million. Big move here. I'm really pleased about this one because Mesut, you know what? It's 83 rated. He's 30. He's lazy, and he's on 94k a week. So I'm really chuffed. PSG come in for him, and you know what? All these big sales have, really helped in terms of rebuilding the team. I'm happy with where we are at the moment because I got this monster. Look at that. Leon Goretzka, everyone, from Bayern Munich. Look at that. 24 and he's 84 rated. Absolute monster. What a player to have. Really happy with that. Now, Reece James. This was a bit of a last minute one because what had happened was, as you can see above, Ainsley. Wolves came in for Ainsley. I think they offered, it was about 9 mil. And I thought, you know what? 22.75, and I was going to keep him. I thought let's give him a chance, but then really, by kind of numbers and stats, 22 should be. I would hope at least on 79, and maybe he might have grown with all the training, etc. But you know what? I just don't want to afford to wait. Like I said, I want to update all the best players. I want to get all the best players in. So Aaron's is on the other side for now, and you know what? He might grow. I think grows up to 85 from doing my research. So Ainsley went to Wolves, and at the same time I did a quick flip with Reece James and David Luiz, and a pound going the opposite direction. So David Luiz I think was worth 13 mil and Reece is worth 12, so that was a pretty good deal, and getting that money from Ainsley was just brilliant as well. So yeah, really chuffed with all the rebuild at the moment. So in terms of finances, currently sitting on 30 mil, got about 180k in the wage budget. So that I didn't intend to keep. I actually forgot I had that much money left, actually, it's given from all the sales. But actually it's going to stand me in good stead in the January window, because now the next stage is I'm going to be hunting out all the contract expiries. So I think Modric is one that will be coming in. So I'm going to nab all those and then do the usual, keep them for a year, then sell them for, either a profit if possible, or just, just for the fact that I can get some money in, which will mean that some players will be going out on loan, the younger ones. So that's the plan there. Now let's have a look at the squad as it stands. So if you just go in the squad hub, and actually let's have a look. Let's just see. By the way, I think Martial has been on fire. There you go. Look, 4 appearances, 6 goals and assist. So he's really smashing it at the moment. I'm really, really chuffed. He's taken to the team really well. In fact, in reality, Arsenal should have maybe have gone for him back in the day, but United, got in there first. Rashford, 4 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, doing really well there. So, team's doing really well at the moment, only a couple of games in. But you know what? Foden, look at that. 3 assists already and a goal. So, Bailey again scored a blinder. So, actually, 1 minute before I jump to results, I just want to tell you about the attributes. So, currently, look at that. Already got some movement. So, Leno's gone up by 1. Maximiano's gone up by 1. That's great. So, he's sitting on 77 now, as you can see there. Martial, instant hit. Gone to 84, so that's a beauty there. Konate and Upamecano, look at that. Both of them gone up to 80. Both 20 years old. They're going to be staying there for a long time. Both absolute animals. Love these two guys. Balogun, I haven't even played him, but he's gone up. So I will be using him for lesser games, when other players are depleted. Vinicius has already gone up, which is great. Zach Medley, I haven't even played the poor guy. I was trying to sell him. Because I don't like having any kind of like too many fringe players sitting there on the team. I like having enough where I've got a player for each position and a few more that I can float in between positions. So feel sorry for him. He probably will fill in at some point in some games. He can play at centre back or left back. So Bellerin, however you want to pronounce it, if you're Spanish, English, etc. He's gone up to 80, 24-80, not bad. He will improve. I know he will. Bailey, I'm really, really, really happy with his progress. In terms of indicators, 22.82, awesome. He will go up, I believe, by a good couple of points at the end of the season. Rashford, wow, look at that. Now, considering you've got like other players like Sancho, I think it's 1986. He's only a couple of points off and he's a couple of years older. So in terms of paying for players, I think Sancho's release clause was somewhere in the 100 millions. So I'm not really prepared to pay that right now, but I will aim for them kind of, elite players down the line. Saka's gone up, really happy with him. He's got great growth potential as well. So really, really happy with that. So in terms of results, so I have played a couple of games, which I've not included at the moment, but it was just to kind of get through the window. So I'll just take you through some results. So it was a 2-1 win at Newcastle. It was a really narrow win, so scraped that one. We were 2-0 up and then we conceded late, and then it was just a bit of a hard one there. Once again, 2-1 at Burnley. At home to Burnley. That was really, really hard as well. It was just like the team gelling together. But then look at that, away to Liverpool, absolutely decimated them. I think, if I'm not wrong, I think that's where Martial got a hat trick. So really, really happy with the way the team built up there. In the cup, played Man City and Bailey scored a bad boy volley, which I didn't get to show you, but it was awesome from the wing, first time volley into the box. And then came the North London derby. Now, considering I sold Aubameyang to Spurs, which was a bit controversial, he actually scored within a few minutes of the game starting, and they were absolutely going for us, absolutely annihilated us, and then managed to hang on, and then we got the draw. So you know what? Really happy with that there at the moment with progress. Let's have a look at the league table. So currently we are sitting second. Oh, yeah, we are. There we are. There's United at the top. So United won all 4. 6 goals scored and 1 against. They're on 12 points. For us, the good old Gooners here, we've been smashing it up. So 3 wins out of 4, 1 draw, 9 goals. We've conceded 3, so it's okay. It's not too bad. We've got Liverpool, Chelsea behind us, West Ham, Man City. They're at 6th at the moment, so 1, 2 drawn 2. Down the other end of the table, Norwich and Burnley have lost all 4 of their games, so not great for those two guys there. Bournemouth not doing too well. Palace not doing too well either. So yeah, really happy with the way things are progressing at the moment. So yeah, really happy with that. And in terms of top scorers, so currently in the Premier League, look at that. So looking healthy there. Aguero, as always, what a monster, 6 goals in 4 matches. Vardy's actually at Chelsea now, which is a bit of a random one. Martial, look at that, 3 goals in 4 games. So you know what, the team's gelling there. In terms of the major transfers in this window, so if we go across here, so Casemiro went to Juventus, so that's a massive fee there, 78 million there. Casemiro is doing the business there, so 88 rated. You know what, might be one that we'll try and poach down the line. Aubameyang, look at that monster fee there. So Aubameyang to Spurs. Fellow Gooners, don't hate me, had to do it, had to get the money in. Di Maria, massive fee there. So Di Maria is 31, 87 rated, and is only worth 40 million. But you know what, Leverkusen have probably used the money that I gave them for Bailey and paid 60.3 million. So that's a massive fee. Umtiti, animal, look at that, 25.85, worth 35 million. Bayern have just splashed out 59.2, so that's really good. Thiago, so gone from Bayern to Man City, so he's 28 now and 86 rated, so 39.5 mil. They've paid a serious amount of money there, 55.1 million. So great for the Premier League. It'd be great for me, and you know, when I put up some game footage. Carvajal, great player, gone from Real to Juventus, 85 rated, 31 million, and he's gone for 52.8, so massive fee there. So it's been a really interesting window in terms of players going from different teams. Partey has gone from Atletico to Bayern, so Bayern are splashing the cash again. 26.84 rated, actually shortlisted him, you probably saw in the other video, episode 4, so massive fee there, 52.4 mil. Laka, shame to see him go, great player, but massive wedge, and you know what, he's really helped in terms of, you know, the rebuild of the current squad, so I'm really happy with that. Memphis to Man City, that's going to be really good for competition for them and the Premier League as well. It'll be good for me as well, you know, playing against other teams. So 25 years old, 84 rated, 35.5 mil, and they've just splashed out 49.8, so significant one there. Iago Aspas, old Liverpool boy, has gone to Chelsea for 49.2. A lot of money for a 32-year-old. So this FIFA's different, like with older ones. Obviously, older the player gets, the fees aren't that high. But in this one, it seems to be retaining, you know, quite high values and transfer fees. So it's really good. It's really interesting and quite realistic in some respects, I suppose, given the market's quite inflated. Rash, I paid 45. He's worth 39.5, but he's 21 and 84 rated. So this guy's going to fly up the rankings. You know what I mean? But this guy is the, you know, the massive marquee one for me. I can't believe Bayern let him go. So he is worth 38. I paid 44.5. Goretzka. So he's going to run the show from the middle, and that's the kind of caliber of players that I want in my team. You know, him and Rashford. You know, like high rated players, 84 rated players. So extremely pleased about that. Martial, look at that. Excellent. 23.84. So those are the kind of players. So down the line, you will see the team will grow into, you know, absolute animals. Younger players I will eventually be loaning out because of the fact that free transfers will be coming in to take their places, and that's just to generate funds. That's the way I've been playing for years, just to generate those massive you know, fees and get the money in to build a team. Semedo's gone to Chelsea. That's excellent for the Premier League. So that's massive. Look at that, 40.7 mil. I actually don't know what he's worth. I haven't scouted him in terms of his overall value, but interesting nonetheless. Millet's gone to Madrid for 39.4. Our Arsenal old boy, look at that, Paulista to Leverkusen, so that's a massive fee there. Tolisso, I looked at him, not a bad player, 25.83, shortlisted him, but he's gone to Napoli, so I missed out there, so it's not a big deal. Chelsea again, look at that, 37 million for Florian Thauvin. Ex-Newcastle boy there. Actually not a bad player, 26.83. So they've got a good bit of business there. And I won't go through too many of these. Let's have a look for any other significance. Rugani, that's another one. I didn't scout him, but you know, from the old FIFA's a great player there. Jonathan Tah, I actually looked at him, but I don't need defenders at the moment. But 81, 23 years old, so that's a really good one there. Sanchez I wanted, but too much money. So currently, as it stands, oh Cavani, forgot about that one. Cavani, I won't go through too many of these, but you can see this window has just been a bit of a mad one. Draxler, looked at him. Leipzig, given all the money I've taken, given them rather, after all the players I've nicked from them. Marcelo's gone the other way there. Vardy, controversial, that's it. I'm going to leave it at this for the transfers, but look at that. Leicester have sold their star striker. He's 32 years old. He's 85 rated, still killing it. You know, look at that. Good stats there, and he's gone for a massive wedge there. You know, 30.9 mil. He's worth 27, so that's actually a really good deal for Chelsea. Even if they keep him for a year and then sell him, I'm sure they'll recoup or maybe make a bit of money there. So, as it stands, this is where we are at the moment. So, just going back to the squad quickly. So, look, this is where we are in terms of defence. I'm really relatively happy with where we are. Leno, you know, doing the business there. Let me just put Goretzka there because he is the king. So this is my first 11 as it stands currently. So you know we've got a good wealth of options in terms of youth on the bench. So really happy with that. Ceballos is staying. He's on loan. He will be handy to have. You know, so I'm relatively chuffed about that. Martinelli is going to rotate, as I said earlier, with Vinicius up front. Vinicius is someone that you know I'm so happy to get in. You know, I actually didn't realise he was cheaper than I anticipated. I would have assumed his transfer fee would have been massive, but you know what? I think Real Madrid made a bit of a boo-boo there. So defence, these guys will grow. Saliba, I believe, is I think the third or fourth best defender in the game, and I think Reece is also in I think the top 10 in terms of growth. I think his overall growth goes up to about 85, 86. So. Max Aarons I think goes up to 85. I've been reading a couple of sites just to kind of gauge where they're going to grow, and so for now I think you know it's a good mix of players there. Guendouzi, he's going to get his chance, doing really well. Mari, you know what, is 26.76. I hope to get him to about 80 rated, and then maybe just sell him for a bit of a wedge in January. Balogun, he will stay, as I said before, but you know what? As I said, keep your eyes peeled. I will be making some more mega signings. What I will do is periodically I will take you through some games, but what I will do is I will go through the whole game. So I will show you how I play, how the team is interacting, and I hope you enjoy watching it. So as if you're with me here on this journey. Let me know what you think of the team. You know, we've got a lot of money in, a lot of sales been made. Let me know your thoughts on the team, on the first 11 and on the bench in terms of growth and potential. And you know the players we've got here. So everyone's going to rotate, as you know, all positions are covered now. Let me know if there's any other players you think I should get in, because I will be doing some more dealings in January, and I will take you through those transfer deals. You know, Pepe, I'm really happy with 24.82, but you know I'm always looking to improve the team where I can. So if I do get some great suggestions, I will try and get those players in. I've still got 30 million in the bank, so I will look to burn that. But thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video, and if you can subscribe, that'd be really great. And catch you in the next episode. Thanks a lot. Bye.